Hello, hello. This is Johnny Cycles of CyclesGame.com. Full-time dad, part-time Magic player looking to steal my opponent's creatures and sack them for value. Twisted Fealty is one. Claim the Firstborn is another. I feel like we just need more of those effects, to be honest. Got a couple ways to draw cards. Got a Ragavan. Got a piece of removal. So yeah, alright. Eldrazi it is. Yet again. Gosh. Okay, so... Man. We play... I think I'll cut back... I can't remember. Maybe just 4 of these effects? And maybe 5. And now look at this, 3 of them in our hand. Brutal. So here comes a Thought-Knot Seer, I guess, and then they're going to take our Twisted Fealty. Or maybe the Lightning Bolt. We're a long ways off from this Twisted Fealty doing anything good. Kozilek's Command, sure. Alright, well, that's an answer. That's good, at least. It wasn't... So we're going to do this now. And give... Just to try to slow him down off of mana. Because they're gonna, who knows? I mean, they may not be doing much of anything, to be honest, but we gotta try. Got to draw some cards. We don't. The treasure token maybe would have been worthwhile, but hopefully our opponent isn't gonna stick a big old planeswalker here. We could again. Maybe we should just Bowmasters, to be honest, and try to just keep them off their mana. They're looking for 7 mana. This keeps them off of 7 mana for a turn, but it does nerf our whatchamajig, getting the orcish army or orc army. But I think it's worth it. I think it is worth it. So what we really want our opponent to do is just try to play a creature on their turn that we can then steal and sack for obvious reasons. We can even do it with stealing it and then sack it for corrupted conviction in order to find more action. Alright, well that's a big big Kozilek's Command. That means they're gonna have a ton of mana. Probably gonna play a Planeswalker. Zealots, what is it? Zealous something, I can't remember the name of it. The 5 mana, steal a Planeswalker. And they're gonna sack it anyway. That's all on our turn. Anyway, Zealous Recruits maybe. 5 mana, steal any permanent. So maybe that's what we need in the sideboard to help fight these decks. Do they imprint something? They do. It is a Herrageist, Erupting Helicite. Get it in their hand, I suppose. One thing we do not have in this deck are Field of Ruins, so maybe that's a bit of an oversight. No Planeswalkers, please. It is a Planeswalker. So we will respond. And go get a Blood Crypt. Untapped. Draw some cards. Man, more ways of drawing cards in a land. I won't lie, this has been a very frustrating morning of Magic with this deck. It just has not been performing nearly up to the level I thought it would. Yeah, maybe I just need to rethink the build. Because this is definitely not competitive against some of these decks. We're not getting super lucky, but I mean, when half of your deck is ways to sack and ways to steal, sometimes you just don't find your creatures, but you would expect. That's why I'm playing the card draw. Is you really need, you're looking for ways of, finding what we need via card draw, and it just isn't. It's not panning out that way. Sire of 7 Deaths. Hey, that's something we can steal. They're gonna go get something. This has Menace. That was stupid. Should have hit this. Or lands. Yeah, we really messed up there, but we needed it to attack. We needed it to bolt it, and I forgot this had Menace. Incredible! It's incredible. The lands off the top are just insane. That's 4 cards we've drawn, and we just can't find action. Cannot find action. Sire 7 Deaths, though, it's kind of like what we're okay seeing. We gained the life back. This should be dead. That was a mistake because the thing has Menace. And it has Trample. So we should have bolted this down to 8 and attacked for 8. And then it would be dead and they wouldn't have drawn a card. So I'm not playing the deck optimally currently, but it's also just, what are you supposed to do when you have this type of hand? This is an Ulamog. Ulamog isn't so scary. Oh, Emrakul. Nice. They just go get something else now. Okay. We're not going to let them fail to find for us, that's for sure. And they're going to go get something else. Another Sire. And the thing is, like, we stole an Emrakul before. That was really fun. So they're going to draw that. And they can't really do anything. They can play this and draw some cards. They can fail to find. I don't think they can do... I mean, we are in the desperate need of... Yep. You want to draw some cards to see if you can find something to make us... to then... I don't know. Bowmasters. I don't think they want to cast that. Man, just the hands fail to find. That's fine. Bowmasters. Maybe they are going to draw us the cards. See if they can find something else. Oh, they're going to choose not to ping it. They're just going to get rid of all of our... Oh, they don't have a way to... There are no lands for you to find. Haha! Opponent. Gotcha. We've drawn so many lands. Oh, they did find one. Dang it. Yes, draw some more cards, because that's what we would be doing right now. But now we're out of action for sack, so we need to find a steal effect. Stat. Man, we're really good at drawing these village rights. Do we find a... We do. We found one. Guess we could have just played the Umbral Collar Zealot there, but man, another land. And they have a Sire 7 Deaths coming. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So we've drawn 15 of our 23 lands. So we are due probably to draw a Claim the Firstborn, if I had to guess. Hey, no, alright, that's pretty good. So we can go Castle Locktwain. One, two, three, four. One, two, three. Yeah, all right. I don't know why I have to keep clicking so many times. We're getting pretty lucky now. I will not lie. Okay, now we're going to get another Phoenix Fleet airship. All right, we are fighting the fight, folks. They have fetched up an Emrakul, played 2 Sire 7 Deaths. They still got whatever's behind this thing here, this Hairgas, but he is the least frightening if we're able to keep cobbling together some answers. We have a little bit of card draw. We have a way to crew. We have a clock. I mean, another way to make something. So far, we are fighting the good fight against this Eldrazi Tron. Can we run them out of big fatties? They don't have any red yet? Is that the problem? Green? They don't need it. They can cast it for 9. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Alright, do we find a creature? Claim the Firstborn. Not the best. Can we find a creature? We do. Alright, this is a dead clock for our opponent. Do they have a Kozilek's Command as their last card? I mean, I guess they could kill this and no more lands, please. Yeah, I figured they. I mean, who knows what they have? Maybe they just have a gigantic Kozilek's Command. All right, well, the race is on. They're not dead yet. They could also maybe have like a big Ugin to wipe the board. That's the way to get out of this. I mean, we have been fighting the fight like whoa. It's been a really big. We've slogged through so much stuff from them. We're at 12. It's pretty insane when you think about how much. 2 Sire, 7 Deaths, an Emrakul, the Promised End. They're going to exile target artifact, enchantment, or land. We will surveil. Another land. Woo! 2 lands off the top in the graveyard. I mean, it's pretty insane. Look at that. And now, I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 of our 23 lands. What are the chances we're going to draw another land? Probably pretty high when you think about it, given our luck so far. Or we can just find another one of those. Probably just should have done that a little bit different, huh? Claim the Firstborn is not the thing we really wanted to see. But we'll cast it anyway. Have we sacrificed anything this turn? Alright, well, this is what we got. What a game. What a crazy game. Oh my goodness. They still got this guy just waiting in the wings to come out and play. Maybe they're going to get it this turn, or maybe they have something even worse. Alright. Sure. Not good for us by any means, but we still have time. That's a thing. We can double block there. They're going to get that to their hand. 2, 4, 6. I don't think they can. Yeah, they can. They sack some of these guys to cast it. Grow this thing. Refill their hand. Yeah, I mean, the race is on. I think our opponent's winning this race. We're going to have one more redraw after the Orcish Bowmasters. Then we're going to have a lot of chump blocking to do. Yep. Looking good, opponent. Looking good. And the Kozilek's return is in the graveyard, and we F6'd. Okay. Well, that's not good for us. Man. Ah, sigh. Well, I mean, I could have not F6'd, but I want the Orcish Bowmasters no matter what. Because we need to be able to double crew. So we're going to go down. Yeah, we're just in a lot of trouble right now. I think we need... We need a steal spell. That's our only out. If we can steal, we're going to draw the Bowmasters. If we can steal this with something. But I don't think we... Well, we'll see. So 4. So they go to 5. I mean, that's our only hope here. So 4, 8, 9. They're just going to do that. Yeah, it makes sense. There was. One more draw. One more draw there. We would have gotten there. Okay. Damping Sphere's in. Kill spells in. Maybe one less draw spell. A couple less. So yeah, 6 draw spells. It's not really working out for us very well. I mean, the Lightning Bolts claim the Firstborn, I think, is what I take out, because they just aren't a lot of targets for them. Although, who knows after sideboard what they're going to bring in. But then we're losing some of our sack outlets. But we have the Phyrexian Tower. What a long game that was, just to lose it. Man, we fought through a bunch of big fatties. They just never ran out of action. They always had that one Hellkite underneath, just playing towards that, but they kept finding their own action. Maybe Pithing Needle is something we should bring in. We could probably find room for some Field of Ruins. Like instead of this Urborg, for instance. The Lock Twain is so good for us, with giving us some sort of just a way to catch back up, and that's it. If we had drawn the Twisted Fealty there, I think we could have won that game. Though maybe not. Ragavan. We have 0 red sources, though. Maybe it would be nice to find our, for instance, some of our Damping Spheres. We did find a sideboard card that time, though. Keep. And we will put that on the bottom. Done. Mountain. Ragavan. Do you have an answer? Hopefully not. It's just there at the late game, right? They have so many powerful top end draws, and we don't. Another Ragavan. So what happens is our opponent is finding Emrakuls and Herageists and things like that, and we are finding the Humble Dude, who's just not very good. At least we have an answer for Planeswalkers. Maybe we can find a Damping Sphere. That would be ideal. Although I have a feeling they have some answers for that from their sideboard. Okay, that is a repeatable sack outlet. So we like that. How many hits are our opponent willing to take? I guess this is it. No more. Unholy heat. Kozilek's return would be bad. It's the person who beat us last game. Sire 7 deaths. Kozilek's return. I mean, that is our card draw. That's our card draw engine. I mean, I hate it because it's a land, but I think it's like pretty much our only way out is to draw out of this. If it had been any other land, maybe if it had been the Phyrexian Tower, we would have kept it. Because we need a repeatable sack outlet. Alright, this is in the graveyard, so we can't forget about that. We can also just hardcast Eaten Alive now. They're going, yeah, but I say if they're sowing Myco spawn right now, then that's really sad for us. Since like we literally kept that on top just to get us out of it, to help us get out of this. To help us find, answers and threats and all that. Alright, well now we have something to sack Eaten Alive. That's nice. It's a 3-3. We don't really want to use Eaten Alive on this little 3-3, but they're down to one card. Damping Sphere, please. That'd be our best draw still. Damping Sphere. So if we go Shambling Ghast, I think this might work. One. No, it's not going to work. Okay, well, Phoenix Fleet Airship is our finisher. If we can dodge their finishers, which is going to be hard when they have 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9 mana, and they can get Emrakul and probably cast it, and Sire 7 Deaths and probably cast it. So yeah, it's not looking good. I think we might be a little bit out of. So opponent's just going to wait till their turn to get. I mean, it is our only hope. It's our only hope. They're going to be able to. They're going to get and cast an Emrakul though. At which point, they're going to use our Twisted Fealty, and we're going to be left hoping to find. We're going to need to find both a Twisted Fealty and a sack outlet, which is not possible with 2 cards. They might just go for Sire 7 Deaths first, which I don't think makes a lot of sense, but you never know. You never know. They might do that. I think you go Emrakul, unless you have something better in your hand, which, why not? Why wouldn't you? Just keep drawing into big stuff while these things are sandbagged away. Yeah, the 4 Damping Spheres aren't making an appearance. We found 1 kill spell that we're using on something that we don't want to use it on. But essentially just to get the treasure token to make sure we can get to the Phoenix Fleet Airship. Maybe we'll get lucky. If we get lucky, we'll draw 2 Twisted Fealties. That's not really lucky. Maybe we'll just draw a land. They only have 2 card types in their graveyard. It's kind of crazy. They're going to be paying full value almost for this Emrakul. Yeah. Bring it, homie. We don't care. Do they have any fetch lands in there? Oh, God. You may. Is that a you may? Or you must? I think it's a you may even. So now, we found our Umbral Collar Zealot, which is a permanent sack outlet. I have a feeling they're just going to Twisted Fealty and then pass turn. That's what I would do. I wouldn't do that, though. I guess they have to do that, because if they don't get rid of both treasures, we get... they're taking it back. If I say then we can hard cast. If we draw one of these, we can play this and then that. So I think you do have to take it. You do have to play the treasure. You do have to take... I can't talk. You do have to... yeah, you should actually do that for us. And then you're going to crew... see, they're going to crew both and sack. Oh well. That's too bad. But, hopefully they'll just put it in the graveyard. Another. Okay, yeah. Village Rites. They're probably going to put in the graveyard, yeah. So now we're left. We're drawing live still. Drawing live to a steel spell. Can we find a steel spell? Can we find an exile spell? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I mean, we could cast it. We'd have to sacrifice this. It is a steel spell. And we are going to win the game. Holy cow. Living the dream, folks, against Tron. We almost got there in game 1, man. Holy cow. What a game. What a game. What a top deck. Alright, so some of the luck has changed slightly. What a top deck. So we just run it back. Leyline of the Voids just to get rid of the Kozilek's command. I don't know. Let's run it back. Woo, boy. I mean, I've lost a lot of games today, but that was a sweet win. As much as we've had some land troubles with both Flood and Screw, we've also had some pretty sweet top decks of our steel spells when we needed them. Hasn't always resulted in winning, and it hasn't really resulted in many match wins, but if any. I think we've lost every single match today. Okay, we have a piece of our hate. Maybe our opponent can mulligan till 4 or something. They do not. Alright, well, we have a piece of hate. We have a steel spell. We have a sack card. So, I mean, we have what we want. We got a little pressure even. And a lightning bolt. We're just going to put them to the test. Immediately. We've also been really good about finding Ragavans in this match. That is probably our best turn 1 play. Do they have a kill spell for it? Ooh, look. That guy. I just talked about that guy. Yeah, so that's actually one of the top modern cards. I mean, it gets played crazily. Ooh, Kozilek's Command. I don't think we can play it, though. Target player scries X, then draws a card. Do we have any colorless? I don't think so. I feel like they have more. They must have more of these. Otherwise, you wouldn't be putting it into the graveyard. I don't think. So good against our Phoenix Fleet airship. Okay, I mean it's the Ragavan beats right now. Slash, if we can find the Phoenix Fleet airship on time, we might actually be able to close this game out before our opponent can get out from under the damping sphere. Hey, look at that. And we now just need more creatures if they answer this Ragavan, which I mean they have to have an answer, right? Sire, 7 deaths. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, so I have a feeling that our opponent is playing towards... They got double green. They put this in the graveyard. I just feel like they have to be playing towards... the Phoenix Fleet airship, right? And I don't want to run that out there just to have it blown up. Alright, well... let's put our opponent to the test. It's possible that they don't have one because they just put it in the graveyard because they really needed something else. So we'll see what they get up to. I mean... now they have multiple targets, so if they do have this, that'll be sad. We do have the lightning bolt to answer their bear and get in another hit with the Ragavan. Or we could just steal their bear, but I think that's kind of lame. Just play a creature. Yeah, play a generic creature right now. Don't. Yeah, there it is. Okay, so I read that right, and then clearly misplayed. I don't know. I don't think it's a misplay. I just think that I read it right. So I think we're gonna. I think we will steal the bear just to draw cards. Because this is gonna hit them for 6. I mean that's not bad. They're down to 3 mana. Sorry, yeah, they're at 3 mana. They're not doing any. They're not doing too well on the mana front this game. We're gonna have some treasure tokens. Another Sire 7 deaths. I mean, getting pretty lucky on that. They may be happy to see those go though. Which one? That one's owned by. Okay, well, I mean, they're on a 3-turn clock, 2-turn clock with his lightning bolt in hand. If they have a Kozilek's command, that'd make me sad. But then we have the other Ragavan here. And they scoop it up. Yeah, I mean, their sideboard card came in handy, but not against... They can't make their mana. They can't find their land. So they got a little bit unlucky. We won a match! Holy cow, our luck has changed! Everything going right. Multiple ways of stealing, sacking, drawing cards, the Phoenix Fleet airship. I mean, this is what the deck is meant to do. This is what it looks like when it all comes together. And so much of this morning has been us getting screwed either too much mana, too little mana. Too many sack outlet draw spells with no creatures. Too many steal spells with no targets from our opponent's deck. And that's the drawback of playing a combo deck. But when it comes together, it feels really powerful. And it looks like this. All right, for CyclesGaming.com, this is Johnny Cycles. I'll catch you on the next one.